then it will pretty much just, I don't know what that is, release your video order. I haven't seen that before.
All right, and so what does Stephen, what do you need from us? Thank you for your help with this, and thank you for coming to this meeting on less than 24 hours notice.
No problem. My understanding is that you all want to embed this stream on a web page. Is that right?
That would be nice. If it could go on Chantel's Fun with Finals webpage, that would be ideal. But we also recognize that this is really short notice.
Yeah.
and so I was talking about this to other people this morning. There's a little bit of, we'll see what happens this time, and then we will learn things for next semester, and we're all good with that.
Yeah, and I don't know. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say the thing about embedding YouTube videos is we need an identifier. So I don't know if this is being done on the fly, how that identifier is generated. So I don't know how I don't know if it can be embedded or how it can be embedded. Typically, we need a published YouTube video with that distinct identifier to be able to embed it in a web page.
Yeah, I tried looking up how to do that, and it seemed like you have to go through several steps of like plugins, and then you have to get this I don't know, platform that you like, because you can't, as far as I can tell, you can't set up the stream ahead of time. And so like once it starts streaming, which it's streaming right now, we can embed it somewhere. But I don't know how possible it is, like even, you know, without even thinking about time or anything like that. Like it seems like it's just a lot of workarounds, and I think it's mostly for people who for some reason don't want to stream stuff on Twitch. Because I think with like Twitch, you can like preset up your live streams. And I think if you have a lot of subscribers, like over like 10,000 subscribers or something, you have more freedom on YouTube. But I have yet to build my follower base that high.
Wait a minute, UTC library isn't that high?
Yeah.
Actually, I didn't look at that one, maybe.
Well, no. We were in the pavilions. We had one viral video, I think. With the sock
did?
puppet. I don't know,
oh, the sock puppet.
Before my time.
Yeah. The greatest video we ever did. So, Stephen, using your expertise, would it be, if we think about the Fun Finals webpage, should we actually stream to YouTube, or should we just have a Zoom link?
The Zoom link would be probably the easiest. You might get bombed because it's publicly available.
Yeah, but we could also get bombed on the YouTube one as well, because there's like a streaming chat that goes.
Yeah.
So we on our sign up, we actually have a space for chat monitors, but I don't think anybody's signed up for them. In part because I haven't asked them to, just for the record. But yeah.
It sounds like embedding it might be really difficult.
Okay.
So a link out to whatever you guys want to use. I'm no expert on YouTube or Twitch or streaming or
okay.
So I may be the wrong person to ask for that, but as far as embedding it on that page, it sounds like pretty hard.
I guess the question would be, how far out do you need to like have this information to be embedded, right? Because like, right now this, as Sarah said, when you launch it, it gives you a traditional YouTube link. Like the link is available right there in our Zoom meeting in the upper left-hand corner. It'll say like live on YouTube, you can click, you can copy the link, or you can view it directly on there. So like, what's like a time, is there like a timeline that you need to have before to go live? So is there like a process going, is there like a submission approval process?
No, there's no process. I just, I mean, if I knew you needed it and you could give it to me, I could post it to the website and publish it. I could do that as long as I'm available to do it within minutes. I mean, it's not, that's not impossible. But then once it's done, is that a recording, or like, is it something we also need to remove whenever you're done? That's the part I don't know.
It records it. Yeah, it stays on YouTube and you can go back and rewatch it.
Okay.
So, but I don't know if that means that it's something necessarily that we want to remove, because like the idea is then people, can watch this stuff as like a way to relax. So if it stayed on the like finals page along with the other, like, here's something to do during finals things, that might not be like, it's not like get it down, I think.
Well, if you can, I mean, I could be available to do this if this is something you guys need to do. We probably ought to make sure it all works. But theoretically, I should just be able to take that identifier and put it in the field, and it will embed the video in the web page. So you would just have to let me know as soon as you can that you have it. And I mean, I could have it up within minutes if that's what we need to do.
So like if we started, because we have it, I think the earliest thing on the schedule starts at 11, I think. So if we had it up with just like, here's the schedule for today, basically, at 9 o'clock, you'd be able to then just embed it?
Theoretically, yeah.
All right, so we're
I'm
talking
just trying to
about,
look at the page now to see where we were. I don't know even know where we're going to put it. So
Stephen,
yeah.
would you mind dropping a link to that page just so the rest of us can look at this?
Let's see here. Where's the actual page? Okay.
Thank you. Okay, so I'm looking at this and I agree. I don't know where it goes.
Yeah, we could replace something, I'm sure. Like
but I think maybe for this semester, if we could make one of these boxes something like possibly next to whiteboards where it goes like soothing celeb story times, like putting a box under that says studio live stream.
Yeah.
And then we could, I think maybe this round we stick to the Zoom room and we just have the ability to kick people out if they decide to Zoom bomb, because we'll be able to hear people and we'll just mute everyone. And we can start with that for this round, and then we can do more investigating for YouTube for next semester. How does that sound?
Yeah, that would be great.
Okay. Cool. So yeah. So the schedule thus far is here. And Sarah, I know you've been working up some slides. So pick your favorite one, and then we can use that as the image. And then I'll come up with some text to give to Stephen. And
Okay. I can make one that's like just the schedule.
I think it'll
Or
be too
something.
small if you look at the
Okay.
finals thing, because like if it's just the schedule, we won't be able to read anything.
Okay.
Because if you look at like these pictures, like on my big screen, they're about 2.5 by 2.5.
Okay.
So yeah. And then I think if we just do studio live stream, and honestly, possibly having, if we change the editing abilities from edit to viewing on the live stream sign up, then we can just look at the schedule here and send them to this. It's not fancy, but it's a link. It's good enough. It's good enough for now. Sometimes, Stephen, as you know, the best ideas come with not very much lead time, and we really appreciate your help with this. All right, so we need an image, we would need text, and since I've got the studio team here, I think maybe we just use our Zoom room rather than having 2 Zoom rooms going simultaneously, because then as long as we don't leave like Rachel or Bo or Chapel in them, or Erica in there by themselves, then we've got someone to kind of help monitor. Does that make sense? Yeah. Since I forgot to ask for chat moderators, then the Zoom room becomes the chat monitor, and then it's just kind of taken care of. And if someone really needs it, we can just go to a breakout room and call it good. And then we can have this better planned for next semester, whether or not people actually show up. So, and
I think my mom would at least watch if I told her about it.
yeah.
So we'll just say that a student was watching it for final relaxation.
Well, and honestly, we can we could stream it to YouTube and just see if we catch anybody. And then with that live on YouTube, that people who want to get, I think Wes already said this, but I'm slow this morning, Wes. But if people would rather have it on YouTube because they need Zoom for something else, they can just click on that. And then we'll have the recording, but we don't have to worry about figuring out embedding yet. Yes? Okay, so we're gonna do it in Zoom.
Would we just want to shut off comments on YouTube so we wouldn't even nobody would even have to be looking at that?
So I also looked into doing that on YouTube, and with the live stream, I could not figure out how to do it. It is supposed to be possible, but I could not make them turn off. And again, I don't know like how much of that is based on your subscriber count, because basically like once you hit certain subscriber counts with YouTube, you unlock special additional powers. And I have 0 subscribers as far as I know, so I have no powers on YouTube.
So I kind of lean towards, let's see how abusive people are before we worry about it too much, which I know is dangerous.
But the thing is, we wouldn't have it up in the. Who would be watching the YouTube? Would we need somebody watching the Zoom and the YouTube? If we are doing both places, is my only thought.
I honestly, there's a part of me that like with chats, like if they decide to get really abusive in chat, it's just chat. Whereas in Zoom, they have the ability to like talk, and they can unmute themselves, and they can try and take over screen sharing and all of that sort of thing. So I'm more concerned about the Zoom than I am about the YouTube.
Okay.
There's also a delay to YouTube, which is really, really upsetting if you're watching them both at the same time.
Yeah, it's like a 20-second delay and it's super weird. And they tell you, like, that's in all the stuff.
Yeah, so like Yuri says, I have dual monitors, so I don't mind checking both. So like that can be like the person who's monitoring during the regular chat thing can keep half an eye on it, but I think let's not worry about it until we need to worry about it. That's kind of where I land. Yuri, you said I am, and I get that. You are what? I mean, you're awesome.
Thanks.
But
I was talking about the 20-second lag, and you were
yes,
asking if anyone was checking that. And
yeah, it's super weird. But like it's not that hard to have it up in a thing just so that you can see if it's happening. I am not sure if Jonah, Yuri, and Julian have access to UTC's library account. So next time you get on YouTube, see if you can change accounts to UTC library.
What would be the login stuff?
So if you go to share desktop, and
It should be like associated with your account because it's like a business
yeah.
account. So you
So
need
like
to
if you're
add it to it.
Yeah, so if you're in your UTC thing and then you go down to YouTube, so over here I have switch account, and I have the ability to see UTC library.
Okay, it just should pop up.
Yeah, it should just be there.
Okay.
I know Britt gave the librarians powers, but I don't know. I don't know if she also gave you guys powers.
Yeah, if
So,
not, just let LibTech know.
yeah. Just send them your ID and they should be able to give you powers. And then once you're logged in, you should be able to kick people out or block them. Okay, so Yuri says that they don't have it. All right, so I think this is going to be relatively simple. And I will just add the people that have signed up so far as co-hosts. Stephen, I'm going to go ahead and make you a co-host of our Zoom as well, just in case for any reason you feel like you need it, you will be able to do that. I'm getting the impression that other than getting the Zoom link on that website, we don't actually need you to do that much. So, but we will think about that, and we will hopefully get you stuff. Well, I will get you my wording by noon tomorrow, because after that I'm on vacation. Are you taking leave this week, Stephen?
No.
Okay. So thank you for your help. And we promise to. This is our dry run, but we're kind of like, you know, the theme of this semester is throw it at the wall and see what sticks. Yeah. So, all right. So Julian, I'm going to guess that you don't have it either. Although you may have been given it because you were going to put your GarageBand thing up.
Yeah, I'm about 50-50 on it right now. My computer is just processing slow right now, so I'm having trouble getting over there.
There's a lot happening. Okay. All right, team. So Stephen, when we say the Zoom link, the link that you are currently using is the one that I'm talking about.
Okay.
So you have that already, but I will send it to you again as needed. But that is the Zoom link. It's been it's just our ongoing Zoom room. So yeah. All right, team. Anybody have any other thoughts?
Just like, because even though we don't get a lot of Zoom visitors, and I don't think we will during finals, but I just feel like if we're using this, people will just sort of interrupt us, I guess. Is that like if someone comes in looking for help?
We can, yeah, I think that that's okay.
Okay.
because the main thing will be if people have appointments, don't give them the Zoom room for those 2 days. Give them your personal Zoom ID. That would be one piece of advice. Because with the way my luck goes, is we're going to end up getting calls every 10 minutes that actually want help, and will. And if you're not presenting and you are monitoring, so like looking at my calendar, I can be in to help. So, and I say this to the Gold team because technically you guys are the people on Zoom chat next week. And it's gone. The train of thought is just gone. But like, we can ask someone else to be in there as well. So like, I would be happy, Sarah, to hang out and monitor. Sarah and Wes, I would be happy to hang out and monitor until 2 p.m. So that you guys don't have to do both. So, yeah. So long as, who's on from 11 to 12? Is that Wes?
I think that's you.
No, who's on Zoom chat?
For on Monday?
Yeah.
11 to, that's me.
Yeah, so that will be Wes. And then, so if we think in terms of that, then that should get us coverage there. And then you could, if you see people typing in, you can just occasionally type in the chat. If you need help with a studio question, please let us know here and we will put you in a breakout room. And that'll work out. So cool. I'm trying to make it simple and I think I'm making it more complicated, which, as you all know, is my MO. So, okay, cool. Well, I'm gonna stay in the Zoom and get on the chat so that Julian can go do something else. Cool. Thank you all very much for stopping by. This is helpful. And thank you, Stephen.
Thank you, team.
Y'all
Y'all have a good day.
You too.
You too.
Bye.
Bye. Never remember how to leave. Oh, Emily, you're in charge now.
Yes,
I forgot I was host.
yes. And I'll actually be down for a minute, but you know, whatever.